How lucky are we to live on such an abundant planet? And you know, one of the best ways to see that abundance is to head out into nature, because nature never fails to show us her beauty.
I'm Kim, a passionate nature photographer based in Scotland. I've experienced firsthand the positive benefits that nature photography can have on our well-being, and dedicate my life to sharing this message with the world, to encourage people to head outdoors with their cameras and experience these amazing benefits for themselves. Join me this week as I photograph the abundant summer lilies.
It's just such a blessing to see these.
It feels so good. And share how you can create a more enriching relationship with nature.
The deeper your connection to nature gets, the deeper that relationship becomes. And over time, the more beauty she shows you.
So grab your favourite herbal tea and let this week's adventure begin. One of my favourite things to see at this time of year is the lilies, the beautiful lilies in ponds. And actually where I am today is known as the Japanese garden. So, you know, it's equipped to look like a Japanese garden, and it's such a nourishing place to go. I've just been looking at these beautiful lilies here, and the ones that I can reach, I've been photographing with my macro lens because they're just so beautiful. Every flower has a unique essence. Water lilies close up at night and reopen in the daytime, making them great symbols of resurrection and enlightenment. These beautiful flowers emerge from the mud in the summer months, showing us that even in dark and turbulent times, it is possible to find calm and balance. This is one of the beautiful things I feel about nature photography is, you know, every season brings something exciting and something new. And of course, the summer months is often about the flowers and the insects and the leaves and the greenery and the abundance. It's such a lovely thing to connect with and to photograph. Connecting deeply with our subjects not only enriches our experience, but our images also begin to show new life. Take these water lily images, for example. The more I connected with these beautiful flowers, the more unique and creative they become. This is something I'm becoming more and more conscious of, is being in the present moment. When we're out doing photography, sometimes we can wish for something else. We can wish for different weather conditions, wish we were in different locations, wish that certain things would appear. But the only thing we actually have is this moment and the location that we're in. And if we can get presence in that moment and just look around us and be like, the lilies, or the insects, or the sunshine, and really feel into that and just have gratitude and appreciation for it, it feels so good. If we see something and really allow ourselves to stop and admire it and see its beauty, we naturally want to connect with it more. The water lilies weren't the only thing that caught my attention this week. As I sat beside the pond, enjoying the summer sun, I noticed this little guy. The outer skin of a small dragonfly still clinging to the foliage. I found this alien-like structure fascinating to see, a wonderful visual representation of change and how we too can transform into something new. No trip to the pond on a sunny summer's day would be complete without creating some damselfly photographs. What I love about these creatures are their forever changing facial expressions. This one here looks cunning and angry, like he's scheming a plot to terrorise his neighbours. This one looks confused and bemused. This one, quite neutral and peaceful. And this one is rather scared and pleading her innocence. It's always such a joy to spend time photographing nature. Connecting with her offers us so many benefits.
The deeper your connection to nature gets, and the more you cherish her and the more you respect her and connect with her, the deeper that connection the deeper that relationship becomes. And over time, the more and more and more beauty she shows you, because that relationship gets deeper. The bond gets deeper.
If you would like to learn how to deepen your connection with nature, I'm hosting an in-person immersive photography weekend in Scotland this October, bringing together photography, nature connection, and mindfulness practices. I also have a downloadable audio file called the 5 Senses Activation, which you can purchase from the Photographic Connections website and take with you on your nature photography adventures. And if you'd like something more personalised, I offer an online one-to-one mentorship programme. You can find all these offerings at photographicconnections.com.
One of my dreams is for every single person to be able to connect with nature and to find a tool, whatever works for them, to give them the incentive to go out into nature. Because when we're out in nature, it is, I feel, one of the only times when we can feel truly connected. Connected to ourselves, connected to the earth, connected to our intuition. Us humans are meant to spend time in nature. It's our natural environment, so we can get vitamin D from the sun, so we can breathe in the fresh air and all the negative ions that clear our mind and make us feel good, where we can move our body in ways that are natural and easy, like walking. Even if you're somebody who faces challenges with mobility, if you can find a way that you can get out into nature, whether it's using some sort of mobility aids or something that you can drive around, there's still ways to get into nature. And just merely being in nature, hearing the sound of birds, breathing in the fresh air, watching the damselflies and the butterflies that I've got around me today. It's in these moments that our body can return to its much more natural state. And as we're in nature and we feel more balanced and more connected, we can then offer the same to her. This is a reciprocal relationship. And when we look at parts of the world that are very connected with nature, nature is still thriving in those places. And you can see the balance of life. Those people tend to be happier, and nature tends to be happier. I'm very fortunate to live in a part of Scotland where there's a lot of organic farms and a lot of people will grow their own foods and who have gardens that they cherish and nurture. And because of that, I have places like this around me. This is what nature should be like. It should be abundant with life, where the plants, the trees, the insects, the tiny little organisms that live in these places, the soil, the water, is just abundant with life. So we see this huge connection between humanity and nature, and we cannot individually save the planet. But what we can do in our own lives is spend more time in nature and approach her from a very loving, caring space. And I assure you, if you do that, not only will you gain much from her in terms of health, of wellness, of knowledge and wisdom, but she will also start to grow and flourish and heal around you. And one of the tools that I use to connect with her, to see her, to respect her and to have gratitude for her, and of course share her beauty with the rest of the world, is my camera. So why not, next time you're out and about, approach nature in this manner. Show her love, show her gratitude, photograph the beauty, and ask her, what is it you want to show me in this moment? And she'll show you. And when she does, you can photograph it, connect with it, and help that part of her to flourish.